In this video, I want to talk about what's important and what's changed as far as what you need to be aware of when you're selling your home or condo in this COVID-19 environment. So stay tuned. Alright, so this video is going to be about everything you need to know in terms of selling a home or condo in this COVID-19 environment. So some of the aspects of selling real estate are exactly the same as they've always been. But there's a couple main differences now that we're in the midst of this COVID-19 madness that you need to be aware of. And I'm going to give you one final bonus tip that's almost impossible to find anywhere, and I'll include that at the very end of this video. And if you're thinking about moving to, from, or within San Diego, and you want to learn everything about San Diego and everything about selling real estate or buying real estate during COVID-19, don't be shy about getting a hold of me. I'm getting tons of emails, calls, and texts, and I absolutely love it. If there's anything I can do to help you reach your real estate goals, I will 100% make it happen. And if you get a second, click subscribe and make sure to tap that little bell. That way you're notified every single time I upload a new video. All right, so there are many aspects that go into selling or buying any real estate for that matter, but I kind of broke it down into 6 kind of essential tips that I think you need to be aware of during this COVID-19 environment. Because at the end of the day, no matter what's happening, we want to sell property, in most cases, for the most amount of money, in the shortest amount of time, and without all the hassles. Okay, so tip number 1 is going to be get professional pictures done. There's no excuse in this day and age not to have professional pictures. Our cell phones take great pictures, but they're not professional. You need to get a professional photographer to take professional photos. This can include interior, exterior photos, sometimes aerial photos, but they need to be professional. Tip number 2 is going to be do a video walkthrough, especially if it's a dwelling such as a house, a townhome, a condo. This gives the buyer an experience as if they're almost at the property themselves. Okay, tip number 3 is going to be get a 3D walkthrough clickable tour done. These work almost like Google Maps. Like you click on the arrow, move ahead, click here, click there. You can look around in the property. It's almost as if your property. When you couple this up with a walkthrough video tour, it's an amazing experience. It's practically like you're almost at the property. Tip number 4, and this won't apply to everybody, but tip number 4 is going to be use or take advantage of the technology available. And if it's a vacant home or condo, get the thing virtually staged. Virtual staging these days is incredible. It's impossible or almost impossible to tell that the actual furniture is not in the property. It looks realistic. Tip number 5 is going to have to do with communications with your real estate broker. They need to 100% be using some sort of meeting software such as Zoom, so you don't have to do in-person meetings every time or at all for that matter. And they need to be using electronic signature software such as DocuSign. That's what I use and it works fantastic. Once again, it eliminates the needs for actual in-person signatures and follows the social distancing guidelines we're all advised to be following right now. Okay, and final bonus tip, this is going to be the bonus tip that I alluded to in the beginning of this video. This is so critical. You need to be tracking, or your real estate professional needs to be tracking the real estate numbers weekly, if not daily. The reason is that you want to detect any changes in the real estate market. If the prices are rising right now during the COVID-19, hey, that's great. You're probably going to get multiple, if the marketing is right, you're probably going to get multiple offers. If the prices aren't moving, they aren't going up, they aren't going down, or there's small fluctuations, you're probably going to be okay. As long as the marketing is right, it's on point, not a problem. But here's where the real danger lies. If you start to see declining prices, what happens is if you're priced too high or you're priced at today's price, you're not going to be ahead of the market. There's nothing worse you can do as a seller of real estate than to be chasing the market, meaning as the price goes down, market price is going down and you're just a little bit behind, so you don't get an offer. What happens is you sit on market longer. And then when you realize you're priced too high, you adjust your price to this price, but this price, since it's a declining market, is now dropped again. So now you're going to have to drop again to chase the market. The end result is you spend far more time on market and you end up with a far lower final sales price to your property than you would have if you had priced it accordingly in the beginning. So make sure to be watching and be 100% aware of those real estate market stats. They are super important. All right, so hopefully that information is helpful and you get a little more clarity on what should be happening as far as selling real estate or property as we all deal with this coronavirus, the changes it's bringing. And don't forget, if you need anything about moving to, from, or within San Diego, don't be shy by reaching out to me. I'm getting tons of emails, calls, and texts, and I love every single one of them. If there's anything I can do to help you reach your real estate goals, I will 100% make it happen. And I will see you on the next video.